I set up my two samples of, well, one sample each, but one of my Journey to Gratitude and one of my 1 year Bible journal for selling tomorrow. And I figured now would be a good time to post another video walking through these journals and what they are and how they work. So the first thing you'll see when you open is sort of an explanation of what the book is and how to use it. Then there's a page for faith confessions. I personally got a lot of mine from a resource from Craig Groeschel. But yeah, just things out of scripture you want to remind yourself of. I've learned that practicing saying these things every day, when you get in moments where you are struggling or whatever, these things will pop up in your mind. Next is your quote of a month. Mine this month, or in this sample here, is song lyrics, which I do often. I do worship lyrics, but it could be a verse or, I don't know, something you're standing on for the month. Then over here is your monthly overview. So your prayer list for the month. Up here is your favorite verses or verses you are standing on or reading that month. This is what you were reading. So if there are certain passages I'm reading, I'll put that. I'll put the name of a devotional I may be doing or a book that I'm reading, if it's, relevant. And then grateful for this box. You can start at the beginning of the month, but the idea is to be adding to this throughout the month as things happen that you are grateful for. Then is your calendar page. So over here is your notes. You can put other notes. I tend to make this like a key. And then important moments, experience you had with God, something you learned that's really important to you. If you were to get baptized or something like that, that would go there. Calendar, and then fill it out however you want. This is just how I have this one filled out as an example. Then your weekly page. So this section is for taking notes each day, or if you take notes somewhere else, maybe just putting a couple key points or things that stick out to you in devotional, or your scripture, or even something maybe you learned in a sermon or whatever. Something that stood out to you that day if you don't use this for your notes completely. The thing you're grateful for that day at the end of the day. Then here, I forgot to fill this out. A reflection on your week. How you're feeling, where you're at, what you want to do more of, what you feel like you're doing good in, whatever. And then weekly gratitude, the thing that sticks out to you that you're more grateful for that week. And that is the 1 year Bible journal. And then we have 1 year Journey to Gratitude, which, if you didn't know, both of these pictures are pictures I took. Again, the first thing you're going to see is the directions or a quick overview about what this is. Then you're going to see my biggest blessings. So this is not a comprehensive list of every single thing you are grateful for in your life, but the really big things. These are just examples here, but you could talk about specific moments. It could be as small or as detailed as you want it to be. And you don't have to do it all at the beginning. You can add to it as you go. This is something to look back on in moments where we're feeling down or having a hard time being grateful, to see all the things that we really have to be grateful for. Next is your brain dump. This is the first thing you'll do at the beginning of each month. It's not supposed to be every single thing you're grateful for, but just the first things that pop in your head. When you start getting to where you can't really think of anything, then it's okay to move on. It's just a practice in gratitude, and hopefully you'll see that as you go through the journal, practicing intentional gratitude, it'll get easier to do this. Then again, a monthly overview. This is where to write answers to prayer that you have seen. Here I have food on the table on this sample because I had a teacher in Bible college who talked about the fact if you've ever prayed the Lord's Prayer, it says, give us this day our daily bread. So every single time that you have food on your table, you are experiencing an answer to prayer. A focus verse, something that this can be any verse. It doesn't have to necessarily have to do with gratitude, or it can be a verse about gratitude, or a verse that shows something that you're grateful for, like this one, being grateful for God having good plans for us. Monthly goal. This is what I put on here for this sample, but this can be anything. Just to wanting to use your journal every day, or wanting to show appreciation for others, or wanting to learn to be more grateful in a specific area of life, whatever it is you feel like your goal is. Beginning of the month check-in, right? Where you're doing good with gratitude, what you're having a hard time with, what you want to do. This is kind of like your goal, but just a little bit more specific. Where are you? Where do you want to be? And then your calendar page. Again, this is just the way I set this one up with a key here. But you could do whatever you want. If you wanted to write things you're grateful for in these squares, or just, I don't know, color the square completely filled when you do it, or do like a color gradient, like different colors for depending on how you're feeling that day. However you want to do it, this is really supposed to be personalized for you. And then like here I put notes down here. If you wanted to use this section for notes like that, you could write things that you're finding as that they're happening. Important moments. I just was vague there, put answer to prayer, but that's really personal to you, whatever you feel like is important to put in here. Then your weekly. So this is a little different than the other one. In the morning, you're going to write the thing you're grateful for that morning, just whatever it is that pops in your mind, whether it's you're grateful that you woke up, grateful to have a cup of coffee, whether you are grateful that you slept well the night before, or whatever. Tallies. So the idea is just throughout the day, as something happens that you're grateful for, or as you have a thought to be grateful for, tally it. If you can't have this on you throughout the day, you can tally them in your phone and add tallies at the end of the day. Obviously, we'll probably all miss some. The idea is just of this is not so much to tally every single thing you're grateful for, as it is that the idea that you are tallying things you are grateful for will keep you kind of aware of and thinking of and looking for those things to be grateful for throughout the day. And then your daily gratitude, which is at the end of the day, throughout from that day, what is it you're most grateful for? Then again, reflection. What are you finding? Are you finding that it's hard to journal on certain days? Are you finding that you're forgetting to do it in the morning or at night? Or are you finding that it's hard to be grateful when certain things are happening? And then weekly gratitude. What is it this week that you are most grateful for? And it continues on like that. So this is kind of long. I don't know if any of you are going to watch this. But yeah, if you are interested in either of these books, they are both on my Amazon, as well as this Saturday, the event at my church I will be selling. And if you want information on that, I have it posted on my page, or you can ask me and I can give you that information.